A raft of wandering otters, and here I am. Well, it's another day. It is, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday. Somewhere in there. I think it might be Wednesday. Anyway, I am going to swap the Camry for the Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot just went to the car doctor, got some work done, and now I'm going to swap the Camry. So, it's had a check engine light now for about, I want to say 6 months, and we had to just kind of pretend it wasn't there and use it because the Honda Pilot was having a little bit of trouble starting and whatnot in a rough idle. And so anyway, long story short, the Pilot has hopefully been fixed. So now we're going to take the Camry in and see what's wrong with it. Hopefully it's a lot less wrong. And that's that. So, Raft of Wandering Otters, come see what we see. By the way, this is right near our house, and there's a main intersection there, and I keep hearing honking and hooting, so there might be a demonstration. So let's go see what it is. And the demonstration is nothing I can see. Where was I? Yes, Paul does not handle emergency situations well. He gets very panicked and scared, fearful, and gets what we call aggressive. He goes into this fight or flight response because his sensory process is different than many people, and a lot of people can't understand it. Most people are very kind about it, even if they don't understand it. So imagine to you what would be like a tiny pinprick, irritating, but you're kind of used to it, and you would deal with it. Well, with sensory processing issue, that pinprick could feel like a blowtorch on your arm. Sharp, severe, and kind of all-encompassing. So when he sees people that are geared up for an emergency, his mind goes right to worst-case scenario. His whole processing doesn't sort out, well, okay, this isn't that serious of a situation. He just goes all in on a complete disaster response. And that's just one reason why the mask, to him, I'm pretty sure seeing the mask makes him think, oh, we're in an emergency situation, and now I just don't know how to deal with it all of a sudden. And that's perfectly normal for him. And I think a lot of people have somewhere in our minds, we have that same response. We just know how to moderate it and say, oh, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm at a heightened sense of alert, but I do know now that this is not something I need to feel threatened. In other words, we have a way of sorting out the degree of a threat, whereas Paul just sees it as all, level 10 threat sometimes, depending upon his mood, frame of mind. He is just not able to moderate his emotions the way other people might be. So anyway, I'm not making excuses when he does something that's harmful to himself or others, but I'm saying that for him it's a different experience, and you can't necessarily see it through the lens of a what we call a neurotypical person and say, oh, hey man, that guy's just really flipping out. If I poured gas on, well, okay, I don't want to even forget, but anyway, if you were, like I say, if you felt like a blowtorch was on your arm, but it's really a pinprick, that's how it might be for Paul. Okay. Just saying. All right, we're going to the auto mechanic. Maybe go to In-N-Out. Beautiful day here. A little bit of a haze. And by the way, if you come here in the summer, yeah, it will be definitely cooler. Although right now, I think we're like in the mid to high 70s, which around here is hot. But I mean, not the unbearable hot I lived with growing up in Modesto, but it's real dang hot for here. But if you come here, you might experience like a fog layer, even in the summer, especially in the summer. In fact, there's kind of a standing joke. If the sun's out, it must not be summer in Monterey Peninsula, right? Okay. All right, well, here I am at In-N-Out Burger. There's a really cute doggy ahead of me, and I'll show you real quick. Come on, poke your head out. Cute dog. Anyway, well, much of the Honda has been fixed. It has other issues, but since, I forgot to tell you, we really liked the motorhome. It was in good shape. We had an inspection. We paid for it. And unfortunately, doing the math, I realized that we could not afford the extra expense just having the motorhome. It's one matter to have the money to buy it, but it's also another matter to pay for the storage and maintenance of such a thing. I mean, even if you don't use it, it's going to cost you money. The meter, it's kind of like a taxi cab. The meter starts running. Something gross about our Honda here. We've had rodents, I think it might be rats, get into it. I vacuumed this out before I took it to the dealership. This isn't on the dealership. I think the rodent might be in the car, or maybe some of this fell out when the work was being done. I'm not sure, but you can see the bait I have down there, and actually you see it's been chewed away. So even if it is a rat, they should be able to reach in there and get some yummy poison. I hope they do. But I'm going to go ahead and put rat traps in here. If I have to, I'll put mice traps as well. But it is war. I am at war with rodents, and apparently the problem... Oh, look at, see right there? That was chewed a long time ago, about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Okay. Let's see, where else? Oh yeah, here's another spot. Right there, chewed. See it right there? And let's see, it's really inconvenient to show you the rest of that. But here's the thing. Apparently, the working theory is that Honda used some kind of soybean-based plastic, and apparently it's extra yummy to rodents. So they get in here. Down. I don't see any here. So I think over here, this might have fallen out when the cabin filter, which is in here, when the cabin filter got changed out just now at our new mechanic, then that may have fallen out at that time. So, all right. But yeah, some of this headliner damage is from us, but other of it is possibly from our rodent friends. So yeah, we're having a real situation. Part of it is on me too, because sometimes I would leave the moonroof open at night. So yeah, airflow and everything. Well, the problem is having that moonroof open is like a nice little spot for them to get in the car. So anyway, live and learn. There you go. I don't know what all that white stuff is. That's baking soda. So I'm doing a non-chlorine sanitizing of and carpet wash of the interior here. Hopefully it'll get most or all of the rat feces and urine smells out. Actually, I'm having a hard time smelling them right now, but then I have a horrible sense of smell. But what I'll be doing is I've let that on there to kind of soak into the carpet, And then later today, I'm going to go ahead and pour vinegar on top of that. So it's just like when you're cleaning your sink or something like that. It's going to explode out of there. Oh yeah, there's another rodent spot right there. You see they chewed through? Yay, rodents. Look at, I love Mickey Mouse as much as the next guy, but they are killing my car. It costs too much money to ignore. It's war, mice, rodents, rats, and it could even be a squirrel, which kind of breaks my heart. I grew up with pet rats and a pet squirrel, so I have a fondness for rodents. So don't get me wrong, I'm not a rodent hater, but this particular pack, or even if it's a single actor, I don't know, but it's war, baby, war. Ruining my car. By the way, we had this car broken into a long time ago when we lived in Modesto, and so they broke this window to break in. This is about the third window. It's original Honda they eventually had to try. This was Safelite, was supposedly repairing it under warranty. They changed out the motor and everything, and I just paid to have our new mechanic fix this right. And it turns out that Safelite had never properly put this on its track. Because what would happen before is when you'd roll it up, it would get outside of the rubber track, and I could never roll it up right, so I'd end up not rolling it up ever, which meant that a lot of times when I would take it to, because it would be, I'd have to like really work with it to get it back in. So what meant is when I would take it to most service centers or whatever and leave it overnight, the mechanic would roll it down, and then I'd have to work it back in. So I just finally decided, okay, I'm going to have these guys fix it, just so you can see it. And then I got to get back on the road. Paul needs to have his in and out. So oh, by the way, RV people, the technical rule is that you are not supposed to park overnight on, as far as I know, all of these streets here in Monterey. However, for some reason I keep seeing the same RVs over and over again down here by the estuary park, and I'm not complaining, and I know a lot of them are nomads, and this is their lifestyle. But look at that. This is Roberts Lake, city of Seaside. I guess it's not Estuary Park, forgive me. This is Roberts Lake. And then there's Embassy Suites. In and Out is to the right. Look at the geese. Look at, there's even a little playground. And so there you go. So I guess they might make an exception for if you are considered homeless. Also, many of them park in the Home Depot lot here, so not saying that's something to come and do, but you know, you might be able to do that. Treat it like a Walmart National Park parking here at Home Depot if you're in a real bind and in the area, because it is harder than heck to find a place to park an RV. Doggy alert right there. Hi, doggy. Way, I'm going to be doing a U-turn, so I'll be going back by it. But this McDonald's, a car crashed into it about a year and a half ago, I want to say, and it all burned down. It had to be totaled, and it looks like they're rebuilding it now. So that's right. Nothing will stop McDonald's from marching on. Raft of Wandering Otters, join us in the next one. Thank you for joining us today. Listen to Steve just talk a whole lot about nothing. Hey, it's like a Seinfeld episode, right? Right.